Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Forgive the slight lisp that I have, but I'm filming with my Invisalign in for the purpose of today's video. I feel like I don't really see a lot of content with people with their Invisalign in. I was quite surprised at the fact that you do speak differently when you have it. Anyway, I feel like everyone has Invisalign right now. All I'm seeing online is people saying, about to embark on my Invisalign journey or about to finish it. And I feel like there's some discourse going on. I personally get so many questions about Invisalign on Instagram because I've been quite vocal about the whole process. I went into it knowing nothing. I expected my dentist to tell me everything, and that wasn't really the case. So I had to do a lot of research on Reddit, asking other friends. I read so many blog posts, but I thought that it would be so good if I had a video that would condense all of it in one neat little package. So that's what I'm gonna try and do for you today. So I am currently on week 9 out of 14, but this is my second round. So actually I've already completed one round of 14 weeks. In total, I'm doing 28 weeks. So I'm on week 22 of 28. If you sum it all up together. So I initially went to the dentist because I wanted my teeth whitened, too much coffee, too much red wine, too much tea. But I was told that I need Invisalign, and that surprised me. My teeth were never perfect, but I was always happy enough with them. I skipped the whole braces stage as a teenager, even though I actually really wanted braces and glasses, and now I have both. But I put it off for a year or so because it was a private dentist. I thought maybe they wanted to get me in for an extra service, but then I tried it again with another dentist. I was told I need Invisalign, and I got a third opinion just to double check. I always recommend getting a second or third opinion when it comes to cosmetic dental work anyway. One dentist was really helpful and informative. I'll link him down below. His name's Dr. Ali. He ended up not being my dentist, but he's one that I wanted because he was so descriptive and communicative. He basically explained that my teeth sort of on the side have formed like a zigzag where I've been grinding my teeth at night and they've worn each other down to the point where they're kind of nestled in each other like that, which is not good. I was also told that my front teeth, instead of being like this, they were like that. So they wanted to bring them in so that there was more of a cohesive joint. So during your consultation, your dentist should take pictures of your mouth. They should kind of explain to you properly why you need it for health and cosmetic purposes. If at any point you feel pressured into it, or if there's anything that doesn't make sense, please do ask them as many questions as possible. I feel like a lot of people just go into it not really understanding why, and then when their teeth end up looking different to how they wanted, they haven't realised that it's fixing sort of health issues with your teeth that they want to remedy before you get older, and it's unfixable, rather than the cosmetic thing, if that makes sense. You have different types of Invisalign. You have a more severe version which will correct underbites and overbites, and sometimes you'll have elastic bands which will pull your jaw back and forward. The most common one is Invisalign Lite, which is what I have, and that fixes any dental issues that aren't too serious. It's more of a cosmetic thing. So you often have to pay separately for the consultation, and then you have to pay for a hygienist just to check that everything is okay with your gums. You don't want to go into Invisalign with gum disease or receding gums or any cavities or anything like that. And then you pay for the course. So I paid £3,800 for up to 1 year of Invisalign Lite. Now that price is for the year in its entirety. You can be put on a course for a month or for 5 weeks, and then decide you want to do another course. You can do Invisalign for up to a year if that's what your dentist thinks, but remember, it is your decision as well. And even if your dentist isn't sort of guiding you along the track, you should do a few more weeks or do another course, you are totally within your right to ask for that and get their opinion on it. You don't have to wait around for them. So that price also includes the whitening afterwards. It wasn't really mentioned to me, I didn't see this anywhere online, but I feel like Invisalign has sort of slightly darkened my teeth over time. No matter how good you can be with brushing before putting your retainer back on during the day, or keeping everything clean, and even using whitening toothpaste, I think that if something plastic is kind of holding your teeth and holding bacteria and things like that in, over time it is going to have a bit of an effect. So I feel like they throw the whitening in for free, but it's because you end up needing it more after your Invisalign is done. We'll see. So that also includes your permanent retainer afterwards. So that could be a wire in the back of your teeth, front and bottom, or a set of plastic retainers that you'll wear every night for the rest of your life. It's a long haul thing. And in most cases you'll get the metal and you'll get the plastic retainer, so fun times. So the next step is the scan. So during your consultation you'll have a big chunky plastic thing put into your mouth, and that is going to scan every crevice of your teeth and your gums so that the dentist or orthodontist can send that to Invisalign HQ, and their team can identify what exactly needs to move where. These are really, really insightful, and before you get the Invisalign fitted, the dentist will go through every single tooth with you and will tell you what needs to move where, and they'll also give you a visual mock-up replica of what your teeth will look like afterwards. You can actually see the teeth shifting and moving in the before and after. It's so satisfying. So I managed to actually get a scan from my orthodontist, and you can see my teeth moving in and out of place. This is the before of the bottom teeth moving into the after. It just straightens everything out. I can't believe this is what my bottom teeth were like before. And a view from the top, like bird's eye view, so much better, and you can just see the back molars like moving. Onto the fittings. You're going to go in and your dentist will have received from Invisalign your box, which looks like this. And they'll also have received instructions from Invisalign HQ about where to fit your attachments. If you've seen someone with Invisalign before with them off, you might have noticed they have little bobbles on their teeth. So those are basically the teeth that need to move the most. They match up with, on the aligner, these little, how do I say it? Let me show you. See those little bobbles on the front? They will basically latch on to the attachments that have been fixed onto your teeth and help. With each new aligner that you put in, the bobbles will slightly mismatch, so then this has to attach onto them and move with each new thing. So it's kind of like fitting a peg into a hole or fitting a popper into the buttonhole. It will kind of always try and line up and match, and that's what's going to move your teeth. So these attachments are made of dental composite, which is a tooth-like substance, and it's what people use for bonding to create the illusion of different tooth shapes. It's completely normal for a couple to fall off in the process of taking them in and out, especially in the beginning. If a few fall off, you might want to go back to your dentist to get them reattached, which is what I'm doing for one of my front teeth here. These take a little while to get used to, maybe like a week or so. I don't like the feeling of having things on my teeth, so the fact that it's on there and you can't take it off is a bit unnerving, but you get used to it and I don't even think about it anymore. So when I first got mine put on, I struggled the whole day to take them off. My dentist kind of put them on for me and they felt a bit weird. She gave me a little tool which looks like this. I'll put it here. Avoid these tools if you can. She told me that that was what I would use to take the aligners out. I didn't know if she meant out of the packet or out of my mouth, but I just gave it a try and I found it so difficult. I actually broke a nail in the process. But eventually I got it out, I could finally eat, and it was just such a weird day. So I went home and I thought, this is not it. I cannot be spending 20 minutes each time trying to get my braces off every time that I want to eat or drink something that's not water. So I did loads of research and I found these little things, holding up like it's a lipstick, these little things on Amazon, and I thought, let me give it a try because this bit is a little bit different to the one that the dentist gave me, and actually it's so easy. You can get like a pack of 6, I think it's like £2. You can carry one with you, you can keep one at home. Done. Over time though, I found that I don't really need them that much. I think they're great for the first month or so, but now I can just use my nail and there's no fear of my nails breaking or me getting injured or anything in the process. It's really easy. So I think those are a great way to segue into the whole act of having your hands in your mouth. Also, I find that these are really good if you're out and about. Even after you've sanitized your hands, you don't really want to be putting your hands in your mouth anyway. Yeah, for a germaphobe, it's a nightmare. My dentist also gave me one of these little things called a chewy, and She said just to bite down on each section of the mouth like this to get the braces to fit. So again, I thought, okay, I'm gonna research more into that, and found out that these are super essential. A friend of mine who got Invisalign around the same time as me was pretty shocked to find out that I was told just to bite down once. She told me that her dentist said you need to be chewing on one of these for at least 3 to 5 minutes every time you put your braces back on. Without that, the braces will not mold to your teeth properly. So now I try and do it for a couple of minutes, especially if I'm putting in a new set of aligners. My teeth haven't really adjusted to them yet. So you can get these in loads of colors and loads of flavors. I kind of use mine for a week before throwing it out, and I make sure to sanitize it at the same time as I sanitize my aligners. You can get bubblegum, you can get grape, you can get apple. The flavor runs out pretty quickly, but it makes the whole process a bit more fun, at least. Now, the fun part, sanitization. I actually love doing this. Like, yeah, it helps my mouth feel so much cleaner, and even after I finish with Invisalign, I'm gonna probably try and brush after meals as well, because I just love my mouth feeling clean. So at my dentist, they recommended I buy these from them, Retainer Bright. They were pretty expensive. I want to say like 30 to 50 pounds for like a month's supply. I was like, nah, I'm good. Went home, did some research, and I found out that everyone uses these Sterident things, which are like £1 a tube. You can get them in all the supermarkets, you can get them in Boots. So easy to find, and they're for cleaning dentures, but don't let that put you off. They are so good. You only need to use half of one tablet. You can use one whole one. I like to do that if I've been out and about all day, I've been eating out a lot, haven't been able to properly sanitize my braces throughout the day. So if I feel like there's maybe been a bit of a bacteria build up, I'll use a whole one. You can have a little bowl that you keep your retainers in. You use a little bit of warm water, pop the capsule in, and then let it foam up and fizz. The water will turn blue, but don't worry, it's not going to turn your braces blue. If you do use another brand, you might want to do tests first of all, because I know that some brands fizz green or they fizz like a really deep blue, and some people have stained their Invisalign, so be careful. And then once you've left that to bubble for a couple of minutes, I kind of like to let it sit in there for a while. Throughout the full time I'm having a meal, like half an hour or an hour, I'll just let it sit. I'll throw in my little hook thing, I'll throw in my chewy, and then when that's done, I'll take everything out and I'll give it a scrub with this little baby toothbrush. It's a Tigger one and I love it. These, of course, you can find everywhere, but they're really good for the small bristles getting in between all of the cracks and the lines of your aligners, and they can get deep into the bottom. But they're also super soft, which is good because you don't really want to damage your aligners by scrubbing too viciously with a super hard brush. And also your teeth are going to be a bit delicate, so there's going to be a period of time where you're going to want to use a baby toothbrush for a little bit before elevating onto a proper adult toothbrush. Now that I've mentioned the pain factor, Invisalign will hurt, especially the first couple of weeks as your teeth are trying to get used to having something on them, moving them, forcing them into line. I found the first couple of weeks for me, one, horrible, because I live on my own and I think I went through a period of just not really having as many conversations. And then when I met up with my family and we went away for a weekend, I was talking non-stop, gabbing, and my gums started bleeding like crazy when I brushed them, and I thought, what's going on? Like, I didn't have bleeding before this. So I hopped onto Reddit, and apparently it's a completely normal thing. If you think of your gums as sort of like a turtleneck, this is not my analogy, this is what someone on Reddit said, and it kind of gives me the creeps. But if you think of your gums as like a little turtleneck neck around your teeth, as your teeth are being moved, there's pockets of the collar. The more you talk, the more your teeth are kind of moving and everything's rubbing up against each other. So it's just a little bit of blood coming out, and it's normal. Okay. Also, people say that they most commonly find pain is very intense after putting a new aligner in. So my advice is to do that at night time before you go to bed, switch aligners, because that way the aligners can be in your mouth for 8 or 9 hours uninterrupted, and you're not going to feel like you want to take them out and things, you're just going to be sleeping. And if you want to, you can pop a paracetamol before bed, but I haven't found the need to do that. Another thing I really struggled with was the edge of my aligners. They can be quite rough, so I found that I was developing sort of sore patches or little kind of bits that would cut almost from where the inside of my cheeks and gums were rubbing against the retainer. So just grab a nail file, a clean small nail file, and you can file along the edges. I tend to find the worst areas are like here at the back and at the front. If you're like this foot gets caught in this and it's sharp, oh my god, it's hell. Just grab a nail file, file the edges a little bit so they're a bit more rounded and not sharp. So I started seeing and feeling the difference from maybe week 2. My bite felt different. It felt like I had to relearn how to use my incisors to like bite into food. But I started noticing my teeth were much straighter, and it's so satisfying putting on a new set of aligners, feeling like, oh, this is a little bit uncomfortable, but I know by the end of this week my teeth are going to move into this shape, and it's so fun grabbing your box, getting all of these things, and then you can look at number 1, week 1, and then week 14 or week 20 or 35, and seeing how your teeth are going to move, and look at the last one and being like, oh my god, my teeth are going to fit you soon. In the beginning, I was super strict on myself. My dentist told me I had to keep them for 20 hours a day, which meant 4 hours for all of your food and all of your tea and non-light coloured drinks. And I'm a cereal snacker, so it was really hard for me. But I use an app called Tray Minder, which is really good for setting a timer for when you are going to take a lunch break or have breakfast, and you can say how long you want to keep them out for, and then it will send you an alert when it's time to put your braces back on. You can also track your photo progress. It reminds you to take a picture once a week so you can see your progress going along. It also reminds you when it's time to switch aligners. Over time, I did get way less precious about this. I started leaving them out for much longer, especially when with COVID things started opening up and we were able to go out to eat and things like that, and there would be like whole days where I was like, oh my god, I've had my braces out for like 8 hours. This does happen, like if you want to go on a night out or, you know, go to a festival or something where you're going to be constantly eating and drinking, just leave them out for that one time and try not to do it constantly. One day is not going to ruin your progress. Someone actually on Instagram told me that they only wore theirs at night instead of during the day, and it worked out fine. I was a bit too scared to try this myself, but let me know if anyone has done this in the comments below, because I'll feel very cheated if it does the same thing basically. How can it though? 20 hours versus 8 hours? No. Another strange side effect of Invisalign, I feel like, is weight loss. I guess because you're not snacking and stuff during the day and you're having to like rush to eat your meal quickly so you can pop them back on and not go over your like 2 to 4 hour limit. But I lost a bit of weight during the first couple months because I was being really strict on myself and I wasn't snacking, and because I wasn't that comfortable with taking the braces out when it came to me wanting a snack or wanting a cup of tea, and I was like, oh, I don't want to take them out and go through all of that just to have this one thing. So I quickly learned that at your meal times you should try and eat double the amount you usually would, because that breakfast has to last you all the way to lunch with no snacks in between. So that's what I do now. And now that I'm a pro at like popping them out, I will take out just for 1 square of chocolate and I'll be very happy with that. So that is it. I'm gonna put a picture of my teeth before here, zoomed in. And I can't give you an after yet, but I really want to get this video up before my journey was complete, because there's just been so many questions, and I hope this video can help at least someone out there who was as clueless as I was. And yeah, these are my teeth now, with them in. They look so much straighter. My bottom tooth, let me go here so that you can see the side-by-side comparison. My tooth down here used to kind of stick out of it and was underneath, and now it's all straight. I still got a little way to go, like these teeth need to move a bit, but once I'm done, I'm gonna get them whitened. My dentist did recommend bonding, but I'll see. I think I might just leave them how they are, to be honest. That's everything for now. Please, if you have any more hacks, I'm dying to know them, please leave them in the comments and share this with anyone you think this might help, and good luck with your Invisalign journey.